What is going on, everyone? We've got something really exciting to show you today. My team, the Crow's Nest, decided to play an Ironman versus the newly formed team X-2. So these guys just put their team together pretty recently. So very exciting to get to play a team battle versus them right away. For those of you who don't know, Ironmans are basically like a crew battle where each team has an established lineup and order. Play matches. Whoever loses, they're eliminated. Next person from the other team steps in, and you just keep going like that till one team is eliminated. So yeah, just really cool thing that we decided to do. We're gonna be starting off here with Snack's match versus Chillphil. I think Snack is playing her Machina deck, which is interesting because Chillphil was also playing this Machina deck. He was on like Dandelions, so it's a little different, but they're pretty similar. It was like basically a sort of mirror match, slightly. So here, Snack's gonna go first. She has multiple Thunder Kings in the main deck, which is kind of wild. I don't know if I would do this, but hey, it's pretty good in the mirror for sure. I mean, maybe she should have led on it though. I guess she didn't know what Chillphil was on though, so maybe it's better to just summon Gear Frame given the lack of knowledge. But Brain Control there's gonna be a little bit of mishap with the set Solemn Judgment, but Brain Control gonna take the Gear Frame, and then that's kind of cool how it can equip. So Chillphil going for the Dust Shoot. Snack decides to Judgment this, which strikes me as a very aggressive play, potentially risky going this low on life points. So she just decides to get really aggressive with the Brain Control, and then she's gonna do the same thing with the Gear Frame where it equips. So kind of cool interactions here. Chillphil gonna have to eat the Thunder King negation, but gonna be able to set the entire hand and then crash with Fortress. The Machina Gear Frame will protect the Fortress, so then Chillphil's Fortress will die by battle, and it will get to destroy a card for free, which will just be the Fortress Snack controls, and there's no cards in hand to rip, so very good trade for Chillphil. Unfortunately, Snack cannot choose to have the Fortress die by battle and get its effect. So she's just going to summon Thunder King, go in with the Fortress Pitch. Of course, the Dandy's going to wall, but now there's an Avarice, which is awesome for Chillphil. It's going to draw a couple cards. Just going to play it safe. MST being used. And going to run into another Dandelion, so buying more time for Chillphil here. To potentially find something, she just summons Valley. He summons Valley, but it's going to get Mind Conned, and that's probably going to be the end of the game there. So, very aggressive, sort of short back and forth there. But a Dust Shoot again going to hit Snack. That's rough. Going to take the Thunder King Ryo. Definitely can see why with the Fortress Sidra in hand. So Snack's going to just summon Gear Frame, which is a pretty good start for her here. Hit for 18. And the Fortress Dragon's going to come down. Nice little +1 for Chillphil. Snack kind of just has to... Okay. She can do this, actually, yeah. I was thinking maybe she would just summon Valley Pass, but that's like way too passive. Yeah, you definitely have to pitch Fortress and try to force something here. So, good play. Eltanen being dropped just out the Fortress. I don't know if he needed to do that. I guess they're both aware that the other one is on Caius and just trying to play around that, maybe? I don't know. It's a very, like, wonky matchup because a lot of things can just threaten to randomly kill. Speaking of which, Snack has a limiter removal in her hand now, but no machines to use it with. Gonna hit into the Raikou. That's fine. She's not summoning the Valley. That's interesting. I might have just summoned it. I don't know. I guess there's like nothing for Phil to do here, so it doesn't really matter. She goes for the Fortress. It gets bottomless. That really kind of sucks. Phil goes for the Fortress. Going to hit in for 25. Sets the Avarice as a bluff. Now she's setting the Valley. The Valley's just going to stop this attack. She's going to set the Torrential. Phil not playing into it, just going to attack. Set the Raikou. So Snack kind of forced to Torrential here, because otherwise the game is just over. Fortunately for her, no follow-up from Phil. She sets the crow. I don't know if she should have done this. Because I think I remember this crow set. I mean, she has Fader, right? Or did she not have that before? I don't know. I did a turn pass and she drew into Fader. But this ends up just letting Phil resolve Avarice. And, like, she tributes for Caius to hit a back row. Like, I think this play was weird. I think she should have just held the crow. And even if she didn't hold the crow, I don't see the point in just Caius random hitting a back row here. I think she explained afterwards that she had pretty good reason to believe it was just some dead card. But, like, there's a 1 out of 3 chance here of not getting punished. Whereas if you just held the crow, you could have always stopped this Avarice. I don't know. I just really hate Caius target back row. I feel like it's a disease in the community at this point. People need to stop it. Seriously. Just, like, go back to the old conventional wisdom of Caius target monster always, and you'll be fine. Like, there's so few non-punishing back rows to target with Caius. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So the Avarice is going to resolve, unfortunately, but it does allow Snack to resolve Dust Shoot. So maybe she was thinking, even if she gets rid of the crow, she can at least Dust Shoot. But the Caius is going to go... Caius target back row. I mean, again, if he had just hit the Caius, you'd have won the game here. Follows it up with a Torrential. So I guess just being absolutely sure you can win here through anything besides Fader is the reason he went for the back row, because he has the card to get back the Fortress. It's messing with my head, though. Like, I can't stand it. Stop, please. Unfortunately, that's just going to be the end of the game with Caius next turn, because the burn damage is going to kill Snack. So we're going to a deciding game number 3. Snack opens up an okay hand. She can summon Fortress a bunch. I mean, that's not the worst. Phil gonna go in, of course. Snack, I don't think he'd Fader here. Nope. Probably just try to retaliate with Fortress. Or maybe, yeah, you can go for this. Oh, that's so good for Snack there. And then summon the Fortress attack. The back row is itched to pulling the rug, so... This is kind of weird thing about siding pulling the rug is if you draw it after they summon their Gear Frame, then it's just a terrible card. I'm not even sure I would bring it in here. There's only 3 cards in the whole deck it hits, right? I guess there's Caius's. There's Caius's too. So it's probably worth bringing in for sure. So, gonna hit the Fortress. Fortress gonna get a rip, though. Sidra, Fortress. Fortress gets bottomless. Going for the Valley draws. The Valley draws are pretty good. I feel like you just Fader here. Yeah. You can go Lila, try to hit back row. Nice. So the Gear Frame top deck, gonna go for game, but there's a Battle Fader here, and a Gores. So let's see what happens. She's gonna drop the Gores, okay. This does put her in, like, the Caius danger zone, maybe. She's gonna pass, and then, of course, they top deck the Caius and kill her. Ooh, unfortunate break for Snack there. Definitely felt like this match could have gone either way, but definitely a really, really interesting matchup. A lot of cool interactions between the 2 Machina decks, definitely. Slightly different builds, but pretty similar in concept. The Machina Eltanen, like, high monster count, Raikou Caius deck. I'm not sure how exactly to describe it. It's almost like a Chaos deck, but there's no Sork, I don't think. So, anyway, that was that matchup. Next, we're going to be moving on to Fenn versus Chillphil. Of course, Snack eliminated. Fenn will step in to take her place. Chillphil will continue. Fenn is playing a deck which I believe strongly to be extremely based, for reasons that you're probably realizing about now. She's, of course, playing the Amaryllis plant deck. Hers build is a bit different from any of mine, I think. She's on, like, Botanical Lion and Mystic Tomato, at least at this point. I think she might have made some changes after the Ironman, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So the Raikou, just going to trade with the Raikou. Maybe should have just hit into the other Raikou, or I don't know. Was this Wing Blast already set? Unfortunately, Chillphil going to get some great value out of these Book of Moons. As you can see, he has drawn all 3 of them, and with the Hamster Raikous, that's going to be insane. Wing Blast going to be used here, but again, the Book of Moon, just resetting the Raikou. Just going to clear the tokens. setting the Book of Moon again. Botanical Lion, going to be summoned, attack. Book of Moon not being used here, probably opting to save it for the Raikou that's safe face up on the field right now. Now Chillfill's going in with the Fortress. It's an interesting situation. Fenn dropping Gores. I think it's probably right to just drop it here. You've got nothing else going on. Finally finds a level 8 for trade-in to get some value. But the Book of Moon again. God, these Book of Moons are brutal. Fenn going to use Brain Control, run over both monsters, tribute summon Amaryllis. Not bad. But it's going to be GG with the Brain Control on the clapback. So, unfortunate. Fenn kind of drew really badly that game, I'm going to be honest. And the chain Book of Moons on all the hamster Raikous were insane, for sure. So, Chillfill going to find Dust Shoot off the top. Raikou is going to pick off the back row, which is nice. Milling a Dandy, which is extremely nice. Dust Shoot. Dust Shoot's not really a big deal, because Fenn's hand is garbage, so it's the one benefit of drawing bad, is Dust Shoot doesn't really make it too much worse. She will just summon... I would have gone for Amaryllis there, I think. It plays around... because neither one plays around Bottomless. I guess the thinking is if Titanial gets Bottomless, you can get back later with like DDR, but I feel like Titanial is just bad into both Bottomless and Torrential Mirror and Book of Moon and stuff, whereas Amaryllis is only bad into Bottomless there, so I would have just gone for the Amaryllis. The Book of Moon going to save the Fortress from the Deep Prison. Wing Blast going to be used on the Fortress. Fortress getting Wing Blast is always a bit of a feels bad. So Card Trooper summoned, going to hit in with both of these. The Amaryllis, of course, going to hit for 22, pop itself, do 800 more. I'm going to come back in the end phase, but Fenn's in a pretty good spot now. The Mirror Force is going to help a lot here in terms of clearing the Gores. We have some DB moments going on here. Okay, this is the most cursed play I've ever seen. Fenn just tribute summoned Cyber Dragon so she could make a 3k Machina Fortress and hit over the Gores token. And then bring back Amaryllis. So Chillfill down bad at this point. But he's got the Avarice. Potentially can do something to come back here. Unfortunately, not going to find much. I don't think there's anything... Yeah, I think this is just going to be the end of the game. Yep, Hidden Armory. Yep. Going to, of course, grab Mark there and steal, go for game. So Phil knows it's over. He goes to game number 3. It's going to start with Set Hamster. Fortunately, this is the game where Fenn chose to open absolutely busted. She goes for Trooper hit. Going to bring back Phoenixing Cluster Amaryllis. Just a banger of an opening turn for Fenn there. Oh, maybe he should have flipped that Raikou first, then summoned the Mole. Would Fenn have even chained a Torrential if he had flipped Raikou first? I feel like you might. Just because, like, you get value out of everything on your field dying except the Dandy tokens. But you might also just let it go. I don't know. It's like a 50-50 thing for me. The Crow going to stop the Avarice is absolutely awesome. And Titanium going to hit in for 28. Phoenixing Cluster coming back, putting a lot of pressure. Phil goes for a Drill Warrior here, so he can set up the Pot of Avarice. But he needs to find something to deal with Fenn's board, because this threatens a lot here. So set Raikou, set Bottomless. Fenn just going to go hit in with all of these. Should maybe have hit with the Amaryllis first. I don't know. It's not really going to matter here. Fenn's just up a lot at this point. Drill Warrior coming back might complicate things, though. It's going to make it difficult for Fenn to end the game. Charge, not going to mill anything that good. Here's the point where I think Fenn started making some suspect plays, if I'm going to be honest. Mirror Force there is fine. Would she like... Okay, wait. I don't think it happens yet. Let me think about it. I remember there were a couple strange decisions. So here, okay, she hits the back row, that's fine. But then she, like, clogs her own board with Foolish when she didn't need to. And she could have just, like, won with the double Hidden Armories, right? Because you go 1 mark, 1 DDR, and then these two each kill 2 tokens, you steal the other one, you just punch for game with Titanial, right? Yeah, okay, so this was the weird play. So she feels like she just has to bring back Amaryllis there. It's going to get bounced with Granville, but that's no big deal. She's got a trade in hand. Now she draws Brain Control. Surely she could end the game this turn, right? Actually, I don't know. Shouldn't double... Yeah, this has to be game. Okay. I think she finally finds her way, and that's going to be it. So, yeah, maybe took a little bit longer there than she needed to, but she was in such a strong position that it just wasn't going to matter. So, definitely well played to Fenn there, finding a way to pull out the win after dropping game number 1. So, Phil going to be out. Fenn going to move on. She's going to be facing... I forget. Is this... What deck was this that she was against? Oh, this is Fairies. Okay. Right? Fairies, potentially a hard matchup for Amaryllis. I don't think it's that bad, actually. There are, like, some obvious things like Warrior Lady Banish that could maybe be an issue, but you can just keep DDRing back Titanial. It's kind of like a wash between them outing your Titanial and you just summoning it back, I think. Because they have, like, Honest and Warrior Ladies. It's just going to be... Probably just comes down to whether or not they can win with Christia. Fairies is one of the matchups that I really like Volcanic counter against. Because if they drop Christia, you can just like randomly like kill them with your alt win con and not even have to worry about the Floodgate. Anyway, Fenn's in a decent spot here. Gonna be able to just put on a ton of pressure. Unfortunately, she plays into both Torrential and Mirror, which her opponent just happens to have both of them. So it's a little bit rough. So going to go for the Botanical Line, bring back Phoenixing Cluster Amaryllis. Masha going to summon a Freed and pop the Botanical Lion. Kind of has to do this, because if you make a play like summon Warrior Lady, hit over Amaryllis and banish it, you're just going to die, so... A little bit awkward. Just a little bit of an awkward hand for Masha here. She just can't really deal with the aggression. It's just a bunch of normal summons and 2 dead Christias, so, you know. Definitely rough. Fenn just going to be hitting in with Amaryllis and Titanial. Masha trying to buy time. She finds, finally, a defensive card of sorts. Going to play into the Torrential, though. However, there is a Christia drop. That is definitely scary. That's definitely scary for Fenn. But she's just going to top deck Armory and activate Mark and go for game. Oh, okay, wait. I think this one was split into like 2 different replays for some reason. There was scheduling problems or something. Okay, so now we're going to game number 2. Fenn opens just an absolutely garbage hand. Why are you... Is this a main? No, wait, this is game 2, so she's siding the Deep Prison. Okay. I was confused there. I'm like, there's no way she's maining Deep Prison. Deep Prison going to be met with a Book of Moon, but God, Fenn's hand is just garbage here. I'm sorry, it's not good. Neat little out to dim out with the Wing Blast there, causing it to banish itself. Fenn just going to turtle behind the Botanical Line. This probably does a lot to wall Fairies. She's going to hit in, but the Honest is going to be Honested to get over the Botanical Line. Just going to hit in for 11, bounce it. Activate Soul Release, but this Soul Release isn't really that devastating. There's nothing in the grave that Fenn really cares about. So the Honest poke's not too threatening right now. Finally, Fenn finds a trade-in, but just draws another Amaryllis. Painful. The Dandy is going to allow her to maybe summon another one next turn. You probably use Mark to out the Cruder, which he does. Going to hit in, just set the other card. So how many Fairies? There's 2 Fairies right now, so not in too much danger of Christia. Fenn gets really aggressive. Decides to Judgment the Freed normal. Thinking she can just go for a game next turn, potentially. I'm not sure if she should have done that. I mean, this is a lot of cards in hand to be doing a play like that. Goes for Storm, fortunately, outing the RFDD. That might have been just game over right there if she hadn't stormed. But she's going to go for the Mark play. There's no way to hit game here, unfortunately. And since she used Armory, she also can't tribute it for the Amaryllis, so she's going to get killed by an Avenging Knight Parshath on the clapback. Fenn opens a pretty nice hand here. Opting to set the Raikou, probably the correct move. Turn 1 against fairies, set Raikou is definitely a lot more intimidating than just a random Titanial. She will go Titanial now, try to get some damage. Sets just everything. End phase MST, gonna hit the Brain Con. Brain Con, card that probably should be sided out against the plant deck. Doesn't work against Amaryllis, or doesn't work against Titanial, my bad. So, I mean, pretty much any time there's like big stuff on board, it's going to include a Titanial. Plus, there's also Botanical Lion, which you just can't take, period. And then everything else is stuff like Raikou and Dandelion and whatever that you just really don't want to take. Like, the only even vaguely good thing maybe to take is Card Trooper if you have a way to convert, but yeah, I would definitely have sided out the Brain Con. Fenn gonna go for a Plague Play. It's gonna be interrupted with DD Crow. Titanial gonna get banished, but of course, Titanial being banished does not mean that it's gone. It will still potentially make a reappearance later in the game. Dimount gonna be summoned. Oh, going for Urquizos. Interesting. Okay, gonna follow it up with Dust Tornado and drop Christia. Maybe she should have done that in main 1. I mean, if you're just gonna go for it, I guess plays around Mirror, maybe? What are the other back row? Dust Shoot Oppression, yeah. I could see that. But Fenn's got, like, Brain Vortex in hand. She's just gonna mills 3 Amaryllises off of the Raikou. Oh my god. That's so dirty, Fenn. She's just gonna go Brain, of course, try to get in for game. And that's just gonna work. Alright, I mean, didn't even need the 3 Amaryllises, but she had them if she did. Oh, God. I mean, there's just no way she's going to lose at that point. She's just going to bring back 3 Amaryllises and end phase with the opponent on low life. So, my God. What a wild mill. What a wild game. So, Fenn pulls through yet again. Fenn going on a rampage here. Can she do it again? Can she do it one more time? Let's find out. Fenn up against Beast Mode. Beast Mode going to be playing zombies, I think. Pretty sure that's what he's on. So, Fenn wins the die roll. I'm going to start with a trade-in. Not a bad opening at all, having a set Raikou. Going to go for the Raikou, but it hits an MST, but the MST hits a Book of Moon, resetting the Raikou, so nice trade for Fenn there. She goes for Pro Set the Heavy. I feel like maybe I would have just set a real back row. If the opponent is just setting MST and passing, that kind of suggests that they're not really on like a ton of live back row, maybe? I don't know, it's hard to say. It's hard to say for sure. Fenn just going to go in with 28 for the Titanial. Of course, Brain Control just doesn't do anything here. I'm not sure that it was correct to negate that, though. Beast Mode's Grave is not super set up, so it's like the only danger with not negating here is if they like are able to just go way off and your Phoenix Wing can't be used because they have a Titanial that can just stop it. But I do not see how Beast Mode is going off with this in this situation, like even not knowing his hand. Just like empty grave zombie player, how are you going off? Like they need at least like a Book of Life or something to resolve. So probably could have just gotten away with not negating this Brain Control. Like they will just hit into your Raikous, but you can just mill. Like mill 6 is not bad if you're just getting your Titanial back. But maybe preserving the Raikou pops is correct, since taking the Titanial means you won't get a pop for either Raikou. I don't know for sure if it was correct, but Fenn going to choose to negate. I think preserving the Raikou pop might be worth. So, going to play into Torrential, unfortunately, but no big deal. She's got an Amaryllis. It's coming back. Got tons of plant fuel in the grave. Beast Mode, going to go for Zombie Master, but the Phoenix Wing Blast is going to stop it. I hate that Zombie Master works this way. It just makes no sense whatsoever. It's completely non-intuitive. Anyway, moving on. Mizuki going to be used here. but that's just 800 more damage. There's going to be no prio, the torrential, so 800 more, and there's going to be a DDR. It's going to be even more damage with follow-up Amaryllis, so Beast Mode just going to scoop here. It's basically no win position from that point. Fenn goes for Set Raikou. Going to opt to pop the monster. Very nice mill by Fenn there. Lovely. Activating a charge of Light Brigade, getting the Raikou out of deck. Just setting the Raikou again. Alright, Beast Mode going to just T-set and pass. Fenn deciding to hit in with Botanical Line. But there's going to be a Foolish. It looks like Beast Mode might be like going off here. No, they just go Goyo. I remember at some point they tried OTK here, I think. So Necro Gardener going to protect from the Titanial beatdown. Goyo just going to crash. Going to hit in with both. Or no, with one. Playing around Gores, I see. If I'm going to mill an Amaryllis and crash and then trade in with another Amaryllis and then trade in with another Amaryllis, my god, that's wild. Absolutely crazy turn for Fenn there. Getting a lot of advantage. Getting 3 Amaryllises in play. That's just wild. That's crazy. Beast Mode going to be a really tough spot here. Just these Amaryllises keep coming back, keep generating free advantage, keep doing free burn damage every turn, and he's out of Pyramid Turtle targets in deck as well. Beast Mode going to find a Diva, potentially can make a play here. Goes for Brionac. Okay, he's just going for game here. Just going for game. Unfortunately, Fenn, of course, has the Gores. To be fair, we've gone through like most of her deck, so it's like kind of a 50-50 shot that she has it at this point. But yeah, Armory for Mark is going to spell the end of the game, so Fenn going to take that one. Was that a 2-0? I think that might have been. So very strong performance for Fenn on the Amaryllis deck so far. I think we're going to end this week, or today's, I don't know how often I'm going to be uploading these, to be honest, but yeah, this little episode of the team battle going to be over. I think I'm probably going to do this in like 3 parts-ish. Yeah, that sounds like a good number. So expect 2 more parts later. Definitely an impressive showing for the Amaryllis deck. If there's one takeaway from today's video, Amaryllis is based and you should play it. And whoever made that deck must be extremely cool and handsome. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.